So I want to talk about why I never really got into vlogging and why out of like all the videos I've done on YouTube, that's never really been like a staple of the channel. And the thing with vlogging is I just never felt that my life itself had enough interesting components to tell stories around that would be visually interesting. Or beyond that, I just didn't feel like any of it would be truly relatable because I have a lifestyle that I built and I designed over a very long period of time, but I made it very tailored to myself, and it's not meant to be relatable. It's not meant to be interesting to other people. It's meant to be freeing and convenient for me. It's meant to be creatively satisfying for me. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that my things that I'm interested in are either very eclectic or very mundane, meaning that I like to read comic books and graphic novels, anime, manga, sci-fi, fantasy, alternative history, fiction, and stuff like that. So I read a lot. My bookshelf is not for show, you know? Sorry, Ty Lopez. And the thing about it is, there's not a lot of interesting ways to turn that into a vlog. The other thing is that because I have a multiple six-figure income, it puts me in a financial situation that most people can't relate to by default. And so then there becomes this narrative of me, quote unquote, being privileged, but privilege has become a euphemism for having it better than you, versus the real word actually translates to meaning an unearned advantage, usually revolving around the circumstances of one's birth. I don't think you can look at me and see a Black, Latino, first generation American and throw the word privilege at me, although people like to, because anybody who looks like me or comes from my background that had to go through those kind of things, everything we have, if we're successful, was absolutely earned, and we probably had to work 4 or 5 times as hard for it. So it's one of those things to where it becomes a very difficult or challenging thing for me to navigate, and how to not feel like I'm doing any kind of lifestyle flexing, because aside from the investment in my craft, I don't really buy much of anything, and I live pretty frugally outside of the expenses that go into my craft, my business, my art. I spend everything that is anything that isn't a business expense, I save up for it. I want a video game, I give myself an allowance every week, and I'm only allowed to spend money on my allowance. So I could never get into the vlog thing just because I don't feel like my lifestyle has enough entertainment value for the average person. The closest I could ever come to vlogging is just actually sharing what I think or what I feel about a given moment or period, and I don't feel like it lends itself to the things that people want to watch on YouTube. I could be entirely wrong about that, but it's just the self-conscious thought I have about the idea of making vlog style content, which is why it's a rare thing that just happens to show up from time to time.